I want to take the edge off the word self-centeredness, because we're only familiar with the negative connotation of that word as it is being exercised and practiced from the unconscious self that seeks to fill the void inside, the void created by the negative programming in the subconscious. Makes us feel so uncomfortable within our own skin that we unconsciously behave in self-centered, self-serving ways that are very unpleasant for the outside world. So we have a very sour taste in our mouth when we hear the word self-centered, to be centered on self. But the negativity only comes because we're talking about the unconscious self. The unconscious self is operating from a vacuum, from a deficit of no value. So it always looks out for an inordinate measure of self-importance, self-fulfillment, self-filling by accumulating things at the expense of others. Okay, that's the negative meaning of self-centeredness, of the unconscious self, which is very consuming. It's a self based in consumerism. But there is a positive aspect to being centered in self, in your conscious self. In fact, your conscious self is the most important what word do I use? Your conscious self is the most important to your life, to the well-being of your life, and it is essential to be centered in that conscious self. Centered means to be balanced, right? To be stable and balanced in knowing your conscious self, or in knowing yourself consciously, makes you very stable, makes you very fulfilled. As you focus on maintaining that center, that self-centeredness, you become very fulfilled without needing to consume the energy and resources outside of yourself from other people. You have all the energy inside of you once you become conscious that you can become your own fuel. You can fuel or power your own balance, right? This is a self-centeredness that is not all-consuming of external resources, of other people's energies. It's just self-generating as you utilize your own internal energy through consciousness. So there are two types of self-centeredness. One is the unconscious self, which is all-consuming and all-consuming without disregard for others. And this other one is non-consuming, is self-propelled, self-powering with consideration for others. Two very different points of perspective, two very different points of experience. So don't get hung up on just hearing the negative side of being self-centered understand the difference. I am very self-centered in my conscious self. I am my priority. I am the most important self pertaining to my existence and being. But it pertains to the inner being, so that I might become an asset to the world around me, not a liability, right? So I don't take from the world around me to stuff myself, to fill myself. I actually am the source of my own fulfillment through my conscious self-centeredness. Does that make sense? I hope so. Have a fabulous day. I'm going to put my glove on again. It's still pretty cold, so my fingers are getting cold now.